We are live. What's up, everybody? It's G Mr. Drew here to welcome you to another episode of the Andrew Glowczewski Experience. This is episode 76. We're going to continue this map design I started, I don't know, maybe last week or a couple weeks ago. I can't even remember. I just know it was about a dozen episodes ago that I worked on this. So finally getting back around to it and just going to continue putting more locations on there. I know I have a few to throw here, a few more to throw here, and then a few along the shore. And yeah, it looks like have a couple that I need to throw up here on some more islands. Uh, so yeah, I'm hoping to just well, let's just get started. uh, oh, and by the way, just for fun, just for FYI and all that, I've been working on this crab character. You know that some may recognize. Well, that's the dragon that came from the Iceland. That is the piece of land that connects to the southwest of here. Where's the crab character? So I've been working on this kind of crab-like character, kind of just figuring him out, and then I have more characters or of like his species of his kind. So I just wanted to kind of work on some more variants. But the main guy here, he is missing a left arm. So all the ones where he's missing a left arm is the ones that are for him. But I was like, you know what? Let me try to get some more work of this guy. Either way, yeah, him. He resides kind of all the way down here. So what I'm doing as far as like working on this map and working on locations and working on characters is I'm gonna be moving from just like I was working on the Iceland down here in this southwest area that's off this map because obviously that goes to the old map that I have, which I don't know how far back. Here we go. Yeah, this old piece of map is what goes on down here. So yeah, it's a lot bigger land, but I'm gonna be moving my way up from the southwest to the northeast when it comes to like working on characters and things like that. So yeah, that crabby kind of character, Hermit Man, is over here somewhere, and I'm gonna be working on a character coming up. Uh, one that resides kind of in what's going on around here, and then one that resides around here. And then there's one character that kind of, or maybe two characters that represent this shoreline along here. And then there's a couple more. So, there's going to be a bunch. And then obviously these islands are going to be a character representing this stuff. And then up in this area, it's going to be a couple other characters. But yeah, just so you know that that's the plan and everything. But other than that, let me get started on drawing. Appears I have a viewer. What's up, viewer? How you doing? Welcome to my channel. I'm in the middle of watching Maximilian Dude, and he's in the middle of talking about emotes. And one thing that I wanted to do here on Twitch was create emotes. Let me adjust this camera so we get that flat top-down look. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up down here. So let's see, I have one location. That's basically another city. Hmm. What does a shipping yard look like? That's what I need to do. Yeah, so some ex dude's talking about emotes that were made, and that's something that I always wanted to create here on Twitch. That's kind of why I started this channel. I wanted to make emotes and all that other stuff. Oh wait, not shipping, shipping yard. Wow, this is insane. Giant ass boats, man. Okay, so basically it's just like a giant marina. A marina with cranes. So oh shit. Um, marina shoreline. There we go. Didn't think about that. There's girls out there named Marina, which is hilarious. Okay. So yeah, let me just. So yeah, let me see. This. Uh oh. Am I out of lead already? I hate it when you run out of lead and you don't know it. You keep poking it out, but it keeps. And I'm out of lead in this pencil. Time to reload. Sorry about that. It's just bad timing. So yeah, this red lead that I draw with isn't a color pencil lead. It's actual. It's this Pentel type of. And what I like about it is that it's dry. You know, unlike like regular pencil lead, where it's kind of it's graphite, so it leaves kind of graphite on the page. So whenever you go to like ink over it or do some markers over it or any sort of a wet type of medium, it'll like kind of pick up and drag the graphite around. And this red lead is they also have a blue lead that I also use. Probably seen it in some past works of mine. Um, they're dry, so you can ink over them. You can uh, do whatever sort of brush over them and not have to worry. All right, there we go. All right, we are back. So just roughing this out for now. Go back and check out these. All these cranes and whatnot. Check out these shipping yards. Yikes. Okay. And again, this is just whatever. There we go. And then they kind of crane arms. And crane arms are swinging around that way. So yeah, this is basically just the import-export of this continent. Boats will drive down this coast, and this is how the people that live down here, like, I guess, like, kind of receive mail. At least in this world, there's a whole lot of just like, I believe it's called subsistence living, where they just kind of fend for themselves for the most part. I could be completely wrong in that definition, but either way, there's still like trade and all that other stuff and things that go on. So, there's like a city down here, and yeah, it receives boating stuff from down here, and then I guess it just kind of shoots south. Or at least that was the plan, and then they'll cut through the mountains to get in over here. Okay. So obviously we have the train that comes down, and then this city up here is going to be more of the land shipping, like trucks and things like that that pick things up coming in from the train. So obviously, there's just a mass transit that happens in the northern part of this continent, and everything disperses southward. And then yeah, it just becomes a rinse and repeat of the other city for the most part. So we got damn. I don't know why, but the temperature. You know what? I'm missing a light. I wonder if this light will brighten up the scene a bit. Oh yeah. Hopefully that brightened it up a bit. Go. So yeah. So yeah. Things going up this mountain. There we go. Finally get some of this kind of forest. There we go. So shipping coming this way, and then docking will come in this way. There we go. Different length piers. Actually, what these two be longer length. So we kind of have. There we go. This is just some tower that goes at the end of a pier. Usually piers have like a tower at the end of them, like a little place for people who, once you enter it, there's usually a building there, for the entrance stuff, and then usually by the end of the pier, depending on the length of it, but this is a pretty big pier. Obviously, this is more of a Legends map, not a actual map. So it kind of just gives the details of. There we go. There we go. So yeah, I mean nothing too crazy, but at least it gives off the impression like, okay, boats come in this way, and the reason why they're not up here is because they got to go around this island. Um, let's see, what else do I have? Oh yeah, and this is the path traveled for. Okay. This is why I love making maps is because you got to research so much stuff, and it's so interesting because I knew nothing about marinas and boatyards, and it's like okay, let me just put one in there, and now I just kind of made one up, but now this is gonna be that town. So when I start working on the actual, um, when I start working on the actual, uh, like environment artwork for it, it's like okay, now I can go in, I can get into detail, I can actually like flesh out what this area will look like and this and how does this pier and marina kind of work. Obviously, it's kind of structured almost like a building where like the marina's down here and then the pier and everything like that is like way up higher because these boats are so much larger, but they still have. Oh, you know what? And it'll probably have like multiple floors too. So, stuff like that just to kind of just build on the world. And then this one has all these antennas and towers and everything like that because that's how it's like communicating. And it's almost like a lighthouse or something. That might actually be what I need to do is put a lighthouse on this because I know there's not really going to be anything here. It's something like a nice, beautiful land and all that stuff. So maybe I just put a lighthouse here so that way it kind of directs traffic as far as like, oh, okay. But what do I want to do? Uh, like a truck stop or something? See, and now I just, after looking up marinas and shipping yards, now it's like, okay, look up, I get to look up like truck stops. And it's interesting. I mean, it's just like, imagine it's just a parking lot full of 18 wheelers. And there's probably like two different areas, one with like ones that are actually hauling equipment and then ones without that aren't hauling. Maybe they've already made the delivery, dropped it off and everything. But they kind of pick things up from the boat yard and transport between the train stop and the boat yard. So you have like this trucking uh, happening here. And this will be like a highway. That's on this giant bridge. And then we have like wanna put you in my cup. You know what? Probably have to actually draw this one out. Like I drew these island shapes, but what I'm starting to realize is like, okay, the shape of the island really doesn't matter for this. I just need to draw the actual stuff that matters. Okay, so over here, so there's one, there's two, there's three, Okay. There we go. It's a bit off. It's gotta be a better name. Alright. There's probably gonna be like service areas. Service areas on all the ends of these. There we go. Oh yeah. And then down here. There we go. That city's up in these mountains. And there we go. Just a statue at the top of this mountain. Seems to be the epicenter of everything going on here. Okay. guess this would have to be like a major highway that cuts through. It's just a major highway city. But yeah, that way at least we know the highway runs through these mountains. And this is actually perfect because I was hoping to find a divider in between these kind of more lush mountains and then this more kind of desert mountain. So it goes the way that this land works is it's like really cold down here, and then it gets kind of like jungle here, and then it becomes more like dry desert here, and then we just kind of head north and we're headed towards the equator, so it'll start to warm up and be a little bit more of uh, this sort of setting. But yeah, I'm actually kind of glad that it all worked out this way. Again, this is none of this is planned. I'm kind of, I drew these things out and I kind of just slapped it all together years ago. And now this is just me um, creating, the actual map and seeing what's going on in the world. That's why I'm calling it Legends, is if you look at a Legends map, it just highlights anything relevant to the thing. Like if you get a theme park map, you know, it's not gonna say like, oh, this is. It only shows you like the. Oh, wow. Go. There we go. And I love this, man. I love the diversity that's happening on this land. It's so much more than than the other places. And once I go north, now I'm starting to like think about what's going to be coming up after this. And, holy cow. So there's one stop and then two stops. So yeah, one will peel off onto this mountain area. And then this will be the exit to this area. And then oh, and this works out perfectly. Now, let me go back. See, let me show you what I mean. So I drew this world map, and this is kind of it. And we're just kind of focusing on this area for right now. Like here's all the ice stuff that I just did previously, and now I'm working on all this. And let's see, this is a map of all the locations, and it's just zoomed in on here. So basically, what I'm drawing here is like a beefed up version of me throwing all the little thumbnail sketches on top of the world map that I designed. So I can kind of get the placements of everything and figure all this stuff out. Now, this is just the next step of like taking, thumbnails on top of a world map and actually creating the artwork of like, no, these are the cities that belong here. Um, and then I took it a step further when after I created the environments, I did all the characters, and all these little yellow highlights that you see are the characters that are kind of like the mainstays to that location. So, referring to this, I actually kind of want to see what this location looks like. So, so it's one major road, and it all just kind of peels off from there. Okay, so now I got this highway cutting through, and we'll just put some little cities and towns in here. Kind of build up onto these. I don't even know what you would call them. Desert mountain? Desert mountain. Yeah. So basically, mountains like these. You know, these things always look super cool, but I think the most interesting thing was when I learned about wow, about how this used to be a seafloor bed, and now you look at the geology and you're like, oh, this does look like the bottom of the ocean. Just it's not at the bottom of the ocean anymore. Okay, cool. I don't think it's all that important for me to get anything in here because I don't have any characters that really reside in this area. It's just as a, thing to say that it is going on. But that location, I actually do need to get right. So, uh, so yeah. Wow. Hey, want to become famous by followers, primes, and viewers. Want to become famous by primes and viewers. Wow. Wow, I'm blowing up. I got all these robots telling me to get famous by okay. Okay. So yeah, now that I have a better idea of what to do with this land, let me try to get this right. All right. Holy shit. Okay. So if I want to create kind of a massive city, we have. Sorry, I'm researching a city and now just trying to figure out the layout that I want to use. Because again, man, you got to pull references, but you also want to create your own thing. So yeah, I think this will be dope. Um, yeah, this goes all the way. Here. And what's going on? What's this line supposed to be? Okay. Alright. So the way that I kind of want to build this is a building here. And we get the main building, basically the entrance. This is where the train stops. Oh, you know what? Let me actually go back. Alright, so that's going to be one building. I'm going to use that as a reference. I like that. And then, oh yeah, and I wanted to see how many locations do I have left here. So I've got this one, and this is basically just trees and stuff. So I don't really need to put anything there. And this is more like trees and stuff. So this is all just jungle area. Oh, there is a city here. Okay, so I can draw a couple. I can draw some towns and cities up there. I don't think it really matters too much. So there is a location there. So it's a good thing I'm checking this stuff. You see, there's if I zoom in on this stuff. So like these locations are all trees and stuff, so I really don't need to focus on that. What I'm trying to work on now, because I already have like this desert area, and then this set over here, and then out here it's just like reeds and grassland and stuff like that, I believe. Let me like just pull up without the characters and then look at what it is. So there. Okay, so I just have one location to really put here. All this stuff is trees and stuff. So I really don't need to focus on that. And over here, it's the city. Yeah, cool. This is what I wanted then. Okay. Okay, now over here, it's just like some. Before I move on. This is just some cheap rickety bridge connections that connect to this land over here, which will be something kind of like a really angelic place. Oh, that's exactly what I need to do. Oh my god. Now, I didn't think I was gonna be doing this here, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Again, just make this stuff up as you go along, you know? That's kind of the point. I mean, I've already done all the hard thinking, you know? That's what all this stuff is me just doing all the hard thinking. Now that it's done, now I just need to create all this study and work that I've put together. And you know, so the hard part is over. Now it's just creation, where, you know, creation is still hard, but uh, oh, you know what I want to do? I actually have a good reference for that. There we go. There we go. So we got the highway that leads to this land that is kind of like a mountain, and it's just excavation. And then we have these rickety bridges that lead up to these lands over here. I don't want to give up too much info on these things. But this is actually quite perfect. Okay. Uh, it's none too impressive. Okay. Well, they're like teaming up on me. Bigfollows.com. It's the most interaction I've gotten on my videos in a long time. So, gotta say, I am grateful for that. I am grateful. for some interaction, but for whatever reason, even these things don't count as viewers. Like, that's the annoying part. Cool. So we have that, and this will serve as a frame for me to put. All right, let me get this in here. Okay. So for this, we'll just go this way, that. There we go. I'm loving this. Because all this is doing is feeding my imagination on how this world operates and what's going on here and why would this structure be here and what sort of purpose would it serve and what is the culture of these people if they have to have structures like this. There we go. I mean, I would like to have a whole bunch of followers and people who can draw along or ask questions or anything like that. People who may be interested in creating their own. Okay. Cool. This is gonna be a whole lot better. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Now, I hate this line. What is that doing there? This cuts through here, and these light posts continue. So yeah, the highway comes down, loops around to the coastline. Sorry, checking my checking my message. Apparently, I'm hot right now. Okay. Oh yeah, and let me see. Okay. Didn't I say I was gonna put a lighthouse here? Okay. Go. Wow. You know, it's funny. I started watching. I watch these YouTubers and streamers, and like I said, the whole reason why I got even turned on to Twitch was through watching Max's channel on YouTube, and then being like, oh, you know what? Let me go check him out on Twitch and live. And then after I saw the experience here, I was like, oh, you know what? Twitch is a dope platform. Like that's kind of why I got onto it, and I didn't know at the time that Matt was such a juggernaut on Twitch. I thought what he was doing was like the standard, maybe slightly above standard, but I didn't know he was kind of like the end all be all for the most part, for lack of a better word. Um, very ignorant. I was very ignorant to the whole thing. And it's funny. I was just thinking about how all the people that I follow on YouTube, all the gamers and stuff like that, they're all, they're hardly any older than I am, but they're all entering like stages in their life that I kind of wish I was at. Where two of them, I watch the Rad Brad as well as Max, and just last year they both of them had kids. And Rad Brad, I think I've been watching for maybe a couple years, and I only discovered Max when he was doing the Final Fantasy stuff, which would have been last year. So I probably knew Rad Brad a little bit longer and following him a little bit sooner and everything like that. But still, they're roughly the same age, I would imagine. And yeah, they both had kids. I think they both had daughters, if I'm not mistaken. And I was just like, oh man, that's so cool. These guys get to play video games for a living. Now, obviously, they're very educated, smart, and all that other stuff. Like they know their shit. They belong there for sure. I'm not saying I want to play video games for a living. Maybe when I was a kid, I probably would have been like, yeah, I want to play video games. But honestly, um, I would just like to do my art for a living. Do this, like stream this way and share this stuff and do this stuff and kind of give an insight on these things. Here we go. Okay. And I guess what I was getting at was, sorry, I started focusing on how am I going to tackle this without getting too complex. Like, how do I get the idea across with minimal design? Sorry. And trying to see which locations I have where, as far as all the trees and jungle and stuff, to see if there's any way that I can. There you go. What? I wonder if I need to kind of highlight this some more. There we go. Just kind of give it a bit more of an outline. Kind of accentuate it. It's kind of getting lost in there. Same thing with. You know what? I'm going to delete these. I think I'll take pictures once I'm done drawing everything. Well, everything that I need for right now. Yeah, so over here, I've got towns and cities and all that. And wasn't I looking for one more thing? You know what? I think I'll just let that ride like this then. Rate the super. where are my references for? Okay, I didn't even get back to what I was saying about the guys that I follow, and they're all doing stuff. But yeah, I think like him and Rat Brad just had kids, and I'm gonna fast forward through this stream a little bit till he gets back to gaming. He's an adorable kid, but it's like I don't want to. I don't need to sit. There we go. 15 minutes. Um, I just think it's interesting that these guys are. Seems like a great life. Obviously, every profession is a profession. All work is work. So I don't want to sit there and say like, oh, they're so lucky they don't have to work for a living. It's like no, they're absolutely working. I appreciate everything that they do. But yeah, it's very interesting that you know, they have kids. I also watched this guy. Um, what's his name? Luke Stevens. He's another game reviewer. He just dropped the like a 5 hour thing on a 5 hour review of what's that game called? Cyberpunk. Holy shit. I don't want to say toward a new one, but he kind of really did take his time to break it down and voiced a lot of things that a lot of people were feeling. And yeah, pretty crazy. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to get in there. Isn't there like a fountain? Maybe I'll just get that later. But I did kind of want to throw. There we go. There we go. You know what? I got to really hit the bathroom. Give me a second. All right. So pull up my references so I can see which location is where. No, that one. It's kind of like the jungle. For some reason, I can't find. Where are you at? There we go. Am I not even on the camera? I just had an idea of what to do down here. Because I've been wondering what to do with this like blank space and how to elaborate on the hermit guy's kind of land space. And it's like, oh yeah, what if I just did this? This would kind of be interesting. And same thing with it over here. It's kind of just do that with. And I think it gives us some interesting geology that otherwise wouldn't be. Would have just been some plain old mountains, which I've already done. So it's like, okay, what's going on over here to make these mountains different? There we go. let me refer. How long have I been streaming? It's only been 90 minutes? Wow. Yeah, let me just kind of. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, and this guy is the same thing. Just more. Just more little huts. More stilt lands. Everything is on stilts. Everything is raised. So it's just a continuation. go. And this is kind of like the Everglades or something. Just big old mangrove trees, almost like, I don't know what, like the Madagascar trees or something. Okay. Okay. So, how do I want to draw this? Is that what this is? No way. Because you are over here, right? Yeah. So then what are you? I'm trying to figure out what this is. I thought it was one thing, but it's not that. Oh, if I had my laptop on, be able to see it. Okay. Ah, there we go. That's who you are. Okay. And down here we just have giant tree, which is like a giant version of these. snakes out from. There we go. Yeah, so this must all just be so riveting to get all this stuff. I mean, I hope like anybody who watches this gets like to get into like how maps are made and how like I know it looks like I'm just like scribbling on a page and nothing super nice, and yeah, some things could be fixed and adjusted and whatever. You know what? Let me do that. Okay. Damn, I really like Ninja Gaiden. He's playing Neo, and he's saying that if you like Ninja Gaiden, you'd like Neo. It's like, man, I love Ninja Gaiden. I think I was, what was I playing that on the PS3, I believe. So yeah, hopefully people kind of see. I mean, it's super fun, super interesting, just because it's like I get to work on or the research that gets involved in creating these things. Because now it's just gonna be like, oh, okay. When I zoom in on these places and actually do environment work on these things, it's gonna be a whole slew of like research that's gonna need to be done. Okay. It's like boardwalk cutting across the water. Yeah, I love this setup now. So what did I do? Okay, should be good. Where am I at? Okay, I should plan this out. Well, you know what? Well, I planned that out. There's no reason for me to stick on here and take up any more of this stream. Uh, yeah, man. Thanks for all the robots stopping by to offer me some bot followers. Uh, but no, thank you. And yeah, I'm G Mr. Drew. G Mr. Drew on all socials. So follow, like, and subscribe. I'm posting stuff all the time. And yeah, gmrdrew.art. Go check out my website. Uh, all these links are in my bio. Go to my bio, check them out. And then, yeah, any past recordings that I've done, because this is episode 76, and all my episodes probably don't go back all the way until like 60, at least here on Twitch. You can go to my YouTube channel where I catalog everything after they expire from Twitch. They get uploaded onto YouTube. And yeah, I mean, I have things backlogged like a month from now. So yeah, man. So follow, like, and subscribe everywhere. Go check out my website, gmrdrew.art. And yeah, I'll be back later on today to probably do a little bit more work on here, probably adjust some stuff. I don't like how crooked this area is. Like, I don't like how it looks crooked. So I'll probably have to do some adjustments to fix it up. But either way, I'm G Mr. Drew. You've been watching the Andrew Glowczewski Experience, episode 76, doing a little bit more map design. I think I made a ton of headway on it before. I only had like the bottom half down here in these islands. And I basically just built all this up and everything over here. And yeah, there's not going to be much over here. And then I just have like a couple islands that I need to add over here. And then I'll be able to like render this out a bit more. So looking forward to that. But yeah, man. Uh, you know, so I'll be back for that one, man. Y'all stay blessed. Love y'all.